Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the best Easter eggs found in video games. In today's video, we discover a disturbing secret in Phasmophobia, we take a leap that requires some serious faith in split fiction, and we interrupt someone's special alone time in Crime Scene Cleaner. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg, secret or hidden detail that I'm yet to cover, then let me know in the comments, and if I use it in a video, I'll feature your name in the credits. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with one of the most relaxing games I've played since the Silent Hill 2 remake. Find 100 ducks and blast them does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you a gun and then lets you blast 100 ducks. Now, I know that sounds simple, and that's because it is, but it's that simplicity that makes it so relaxing. It's the perfect game to unwind to. Well, that is, unless you have a strange obsession with preserving the life of rubber ducks, and if that's the case, then steer well clear. Now, a lot of the ducks seem to be aware of your duck killing fetish, and will try and hide in drawers, cupboards, and even washing machines to avoid your rampage. And it's inside of a drawer that we can find our first Easter egg. In the living room, you can find this. So this is a reference to The Office, both the US and UK versions, where Gareth's, aka Dwight's, stapler was found inside of jelly.
Put my stapler inside a jelly again. That's the third time he's done it. It wasn't even funny the first time.
Believe it or not, this isn't the first game to reference this scene, with the Eggcellent Midnight Fight Express also featuring the same Easter egg. The other Easter egg that I found in 100 Ducks is one that we've all seen before. On top of the roof of the house is a pizza, which is of course a nod to this scene from Breaking Bad. Like I said, I find 100 ducks and blast them a really chill time. And it's free, so if you've played it and found any other Easter eggs, please let me know in the comments. Now, Crime Scene Cleaner isn't shy about showing a dead body or 10. I mean, it would be kind of hard to make a game about crime scenes without victims of said crimes. Well, it turns out that it's not just human bodies that you can find in Crime Scene Cleaner, as if you play the spa level, you can find this. So it seems that these white towels were trying to catch a tan when things went down. I'm guessing they won't be needing their eyes and mouth anymore. Now, if you wanted some alone time to get to know yourself better, you may consider the bathroom, your bedroom, or the closet. Hey, privacy can be hard to find. Well, have you ever considered the garden? If you explore the grounds of the mountainside villa, you can find this. Now, I'm not going to explain in depth what was going on here, but let's look at the facts. We have a laptop set to incognito mode, a box of tissues, and some grease/lube. I mean, you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to work this one out. Now, I said a few weeks ago that I planned on making a Come Deliverance 2 Easter eggs and hidden details video, but I didn't want to rush my experience with it. But that also means I'm not going to rush my experience with it just to get a video out. See? I did say that. The thing is, there's taking your time with something, and then there's doing what I'm doing. I mean, by the time I've uploaded my KCD2 video, again, that's what the cool kids call it.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Every YouTuber and their mum will have uploaded theirs, so I should probably get a move on. Anyway, in the meantime, here are a couple more Easter eggs that I found in the Eggcellent RPG. First up, at this location on the map, you can find this. So, this sword-wielding skeleton with a jar on its head is a reference to Let Me Solo Her, a godlike Elden Ring player who could be summoned to deal with Malenia, one of Elden Ring's toughest bosses. True to his name, you could leave Let Me Solo Her to fight Malenia, and he would be victorious, saving a lot of players a lot of stress. The other KCD2 Easter egg can be found just outside of Gutenberg, and don't let his cute appearance fool you. So this sword-wielding, boots-wearing cat is a reference to the tale of Puss in Boots, though for some reason he doesn't move in game, which is a shame as I'd love to see the little guy in action. Now, the Easter egg experts among you may remember this Easter egg from the Talos Principle 2, where peering over an edge would cause this to happen. Well, did you know that the Talos Principle 2 was developed by Crow Team? That's the same guys behind the Easter egg packed Serious Sam series. And did you know that the hidden boxing glove could also be found in Serious Sam's second encounter? Though in this game, it wasn't as well hidden.
What is this? Looks like a boxing glove.
Now personally, I wouldn't stand in front of a boxing glove and then pull a mysterious lever. I mean, you're asking for trouble. But it does make for a pretty funny Easter egg. Now, do you remember the girl from the lobby in Phasmophobia, who would jump scare you if you approached a door? Well, after a bit of digging, I found out that this girl's name is Lisa. And this isn't the only time that you can find Lisa in-game, and in fact, her backstory is very sad. Inside the morgue on the Sunny Meadows level, you can find this. So Sunny Meadows is anything but sunny, as this is the body of Lisa, that girl we found in the lobby. As far as I can tell, she's the only actual person here other than you and whoever you are playing with, so it kinda makes sense that she became a vengeful spirit. Oh, and it gets much worse. If you take a look inside of one of the padded cells using a blacklight, you can see that Lisa was keeping a tally of how long she had been locked up. And on the door are bloody handprints, where Lisa was presumably trying to escape. I know spooky things are to be expected in a ghost hunting game, but this is more disturbing than it is creepy. The other Phasmophobia Easter egg thankfully lightens the tone a bit. Well, that's if you consider a series of films about a serial killer subjecting people to tests so that they can appreciate life, lightening the tone. On the Camp Woodwind map, you can find this. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, damn, I really should subscribe because I love Easter eggs and hidden details in games. And I'm not going to argue with you. But you're probably also thinking, what the hell am I supposed to be looking at? Well, this tiny little heart sign on the toilet is a reference to the very first Saw movie, where a heart was drawn on a toilet to lead Jigsaw's victims to the next clue. Right, let's end today's video with Split Fiction. Now, Split Fiction is made by the same people who made the excellent It Takes Two, a game I played and completed with my son, who was just 7 at the time.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Video Game Details.
So it only felt right that I get the band back together to tackle Split Fiction. And we can both confirm, Split Fiction is brilliant. I think the best way to describe Split Fiction is that it's a gamey game in the best possible way. There is always something happening, and when that something starts to get boring, that something then gets tossed aside and a new something is introduced. Something. Now, like I said, this is the studio's follow-up to It Takes Two, and Split Fiction references one of that game's most horrifying scenes. During the Neon Revenge chapter, you can find a pet store with an elephant as its mascot, and if seeing this elephant doesn't immediately cause trauma, then you probably haven't played It Takes Two. You see, this is Cutie, and Cutie was a cuddly ally in It Takes Two. That was until she was murdered by Cody and May so that their daughter would cry on them, as they incorrectly thought that her tears would return them to normal size.
Wouldn't it be more fun to play jump rope instead?
We're really sorry for this!
You don't have to do this! I love Rose!
Don't tell us that!
Like I said, it's pretty dark. Well, you can also dismember Cutie in Split Fiction, as if you're playing as Zoe, you can do this.
Hey, respect the queen!
Granted, it's not quite as horrifying without Cutie's cries of pain. The next Split Fiction Easter egg can actually be found in the same chapter. In one of the subway tunnels, you can find a radio broadcasting a very familiar speech.
Okay, can you swear here? Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! You know? I was like, this is bullshit. Look, here's the thing. The gaming industry is an interesting...
So that was a reference to Hazelight Studio lead Joseph Ferris's famous speech at the 2017 Game Awards.
Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! You! I'll tell you! I was like, this is bullshit!
The final Split Fiction Easter egg and the final Easter egg for today's video can be found in the game's prologue. After climbing a tower, you can do this.
strength when you leap.
So that was an obvious reference to the Assassin's Creed series and its leaps of faith. I don't know if you noticed, but the sound of a rooster during the split fiction version definitely makes the move feel less cool. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Remember, we are trying to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, so if you could subscribe and help me out, that would be awesome. YouTube seems to think that you'll enjoy the video on screen now, so go ahead and check that out. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.